talking in the mic. Yeah. We are live. 5Alive.
We are 5Alive. I am BobbyT.
I am Martin.
And I'm Crza.
And today we have a lot to go over in this live episode, but I'm going to start off with, we had a couple technical difficulties. We did an opening of the new Loot Crate box.
Yes.
And then realized we weren't recording like a bunch of dum-dums. So
we're dumb.
You come into now me wearing the shirt.
Yes.
That comes in this month's Loot Crate. It's a pretty cool Ninja Turtle shirt. It's screen printed with the classic Turtles on it.
Bit smaller.
It is a bit small. My nips, I'm blasting my nips right now. So, the first thing that came in this Loot Crate box when we had opened it up was the Rick Sanchez when he goes into the battery that charges his car because it's a microverse.
Yes.
And he tells the people of that microverse that double middle fingers means peace amongst worlds.
Yes, it does.
So this is the box that actually blacks it out. But here we are, opened up. It actually comes on the slow ramp.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It really, really is.
Go crazy for the slow ramp.
Now it's a rotating slow ramp, so that just...
Yep.
Yikes.
It makes it that much better.
It really is. All right. Let's mute that. All right, so the second thing we had is some Slurp can koozies.
Slurm.
Slurm. I saw that episode.
There's a difference.
It was rad.
Yeah, I'm going to bust one of these opens and...
Absolutely, dude. And then also got a Eugene in the burger outfit.
Loot pin. Yes.
That is such an awesome pin.
It is an amazing... it's an awesome pin. They detail on it is really, really done well.
Yeah, Loot Crate does a pretty good job every month of having a pretty sweet
for a while, unfortunately, all of their pins were just said Loot Crate all over them. But they've gone back to the singular pins, which are nice.
So, all right, now this is the one that kind of got me. I'm gonna finally open it up with the razor.
It's a tight fit here to get this can in. There we go.
I think that's the theme of this month.
Yeah,
it's the tight fit.
Hey now.
So
I forced it in there. Don't worry.
So what we got is a recipe book. But it's made
recipe cards.
The cards
nice.
that can go into the recipe holder.
Nice.
Of all of the burgers, some of the burgers of the day from Bob's Burgers.
That's great.
That comes in this style box.
Is there a chicken tender burger for Martin?
I don't make fun of your frailties.
Despite the fact that this is for children, it's not for children.
True.
I don't make fun of your frailties.
You could.
But we make fun of yours.
Yeah, exactly. That's what friends are for.
Is that what that Dion works on?
It's just burning your friends.
Now, if you guys are interested in this Loot Crate,
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't. We'll stop talking about it. We're done. Let's move on to the next thing. That's it. If you guys are interested in this Loot Crate, and you want to order one for yourself, the next month's theme is actually pretty interesting. It's Kingdoms, and there's going to have a Lord of the Rings, something with Lord of the Rings in it, Adventure Time, and The Legend of Zelda. Ooh. So yeah, that's
actually
sweet.
Interesting because I was just saying to Crza, I'm kind of rounding the end of certain collections, and that going into Zelda.
Is that what you've decided to move on to the next collection? Yeah.
There's a lot of really good stuff.
He's never moving on. Is he joking?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna always look for the most perfect WWE Hasbro.
Exactly.
And Power Ranger stuff.
That's it. I'll just die like that. And Ripley stuff, and that'll pretty much be it.
All right.
So, wanted to give a couple shout-outs, actually. This week we had a lot of really awesome fans and a lot of friends come through for us. First is Aaron McCarthy. We had a microphone error. We ordered one, it didn't work, and kind of time was ticking. He ends up giving us this amazing AKG microphone that I am probably using horribly wrong, but it's phenomenal. So big thank you to him. He actually gave us another microphone we're going to use for some of our on-site stuff.
Sweet.
So that's really cool too. Also, Joe Yando really helped us out with some wires that we need, some windscreens that we needed, like a lot of really random things, but they're all the things that we need.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, because you're getting in on the bottom level of this channel right here.
We're heading up.
Exactly. Once we're headed up in the world
to the Neville level,
we will not forget you guys.
So I will.
Did.
Oh, Martin,
they won't.
Fully plans to forget. Also wanted to thank Raw Nostalgia. Really awesome dude. He runs the Hasbro Mania group and it's a group that I'm a part of. I really love this group. It's a bunch of customizers and lovers of my favorite toy line. Things get a little crazy in that group. We argue as everyone does. We recently had a little bit of a blow up. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh no!
Did someone get triggered? That's the thing to say now?
No. It was straight trolling.
Oh, okay,
it was
there you go.
Beautiful, but like really inappropriate. It was phenomenal, but like bad all at the same time. Anyway,
like a train wreck.
Pretty much, exactly. It was a beautiful train wreck.
Or like being in love, according to the Newfound Glory song they play at my store 4 to 5 times a day. I'm not slowly losing my mind at all.
Just sick by tick. So
I didn't even know they were still together.
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure the song is 5 years old because that's the pocket.
Yeah,
that's a pocket for my store. They're just 5 years ago. Hey. Whereas WWE is like 10 to 15 years ago.
They're just really behind. So let's start talking about the stuff we got to talk about. We have
we have stuff to talk about.
So much stuff. But no, I want to tell more.
I want to start with a big event that happened last week, and that is Game of Thrones.
Yes, Game of Thrones premiere.
So I thought it was a pretty good episode.
It was awesome. Good I loved every part of it.
Good start. What I loved is seeing the White Walkers rolling in, and there's two. Like you see one giant, and then 2 giants, and it's like, oh Jesus, there's a lot of giants.
Yeah, that was.
This is gonna go very bad.
That was awesome. I'm just very behind on Game of Thrones, and I don't.
Life.
Is Game of Thrones life? Is that really?
GOT is life.
Is it?
Yes.
In this room, it is.
I guess so.
That's why my son's name is Tyrion, and my dog's name is Ghost. My dog is a Chihuahua.
It's an ironic nickname.
And my son is not a midget.
So,
or little person. I apologize.
I'm
so sorry.
That's it.
So, I mean, just in overall, I think a really good episode. Just kind of set everything up. Love that they showed. Oh, by the way, this is a spoiler for everyone who.
Spoiler.
You know what?
Many spoilers.
If you watch Game of Thrones and you claim to be a fan, you've seen this episode, and no one feels sorry for you. You've had a week, and we hate you at this point.
Wow, that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Well, I'm going to go that far.
All right.
I'm going to go that far.
That's fine.
It's
Bobby T's hear it out.
Just get out. So anyway, I have a little bit, there's always the theories, and I think we've been fed a lot of the stuff that kind of is confirming these random theories. One of them being one of my favorites is that Jon Snow is obviously
a Targaryen.
He's a Targaryen, and I think Tyrion Lannister is also
a Targaryen.
What about Jar Jar Binks?
Jar Jar Binks is Snoke. As Martin puts a gun to his head and just put the lightsaber here, let it come.
I remember the first time you told me that, and you were like, "Isn't that great?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I think it's awesome. It would be the ultimate switch about.
It's so great. I had to pretend to be super excited because you were super excited and didn't want to bring you down.
I like it. It makes sense. No,
it doesn't.
So, Chris D.
Yeah,
in the room.
That's
and
true.
Actually, we do have Raw Nostalgia, who just recently came in.
Yes.
Don't worry about being late to the party, because we were late
to
the party.
Dude, the party is always going on. There's no way you can be late.
And always late. It's always just late.
Oh yeah, no, that's how we roll. That's how I have children. That's how
it's a pop.
I mean, really, the only thing he did miss was you taking your shirt off.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah, so I mean, unless he wants to see that again, he can leave a comment and you'll take your shirt off and put it back on again. No, this is a one-time thing.
I'll
take my shirt off. If that's what we need to make the front page, I will take my.
So I think at this point, going back to Game of Thrones,
yes,
I think at this point we can sit here and go, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. I think they're now purposely just going to left and right turn us because they have no scripts.
Right, they're on their own.
So we're going to see how this goes. I mean, stay tuned to the channel, and we'll be talking about this episode by episode as things start to come about. I guess we will move on to game review. Martin has a game review he'd like to do for Fortnite.
Yes, Fortnite is a new game coming out by Epic Studios, developed by People Can Fly. It's a online multiplayer survival game. It has aspects of...
That was a lot of words.
Yeah, I know. Has aspects of like Borderlands as far as the gunplay and is involved. but it is third person and also has like a lot of Minecraft aspects in that there's supplies, there's things that you interact with the world to get more supplies.
So would this be more like Fallout?
Yes,
I think it's more of like a seven days to die type thing, where it's like you're harvesting resources and everything.
It's that new version of survival where you're not just trying to survive, a bad thing coming at you. You're actually also, going.
You're trying to survive the next day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sustained survival, not just get through the night.
Yeah, it strikes me as kind of Dying Light-esque too, where you set up like a home base and stuff like that. And
it is, but like I said, it has a lot more of that. Very, very low.
It was pretty.
All right, just gotta check this microphone real quick. It's not working.
It's super really low. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to double check, so we'll go back to the other one. The other one seems echoey, is it?
No. Had no issues. So, anyways, it has, like I said, Minecraft is the best thing to it is very much like that in your building of things. Oh no, Rick's down. Very much like in your building of your home base, and you're like getting your supplies, but you also have to build your weapons. You build.
Is it freeform weapon building, or is there just going to be like a formula?
You get a schematic. You have to have those items, and then you can use to build it. But you can level up the weapons and make them more powerful, and they also all have durability, so they will break down, and so.
Awesome.
But yeah, it is the biggest skill tree I have ever seen in a game, ever.
Bigger than like Shadows of Mordor.
Oh yeah.
Where you're just like
you have
a skill tree, and then you've got a family tree, and then you've got a.
No, it starts out very linear. It starts in a line, and then it explodes and goes off into 50 different directions, which all have multiple branching as well. It is a game that looks like it will sustain you. It is currently $40 for the full game now. That is to get in early is what it's called, the Founders Edition.
Is that going to be digital download, or is that for a hard copy?
Digital download, and I haven't seen hard copy, but I'm sure they will do a hard copy.
I think there is a physical copy of that game that's going to be released soon.
Yeah, but next, like I said, that's $40 to get in early, and then next year supposedly it's going free to play.
Oh, awesome.
Because it is also, as every game is, you can pay to buy more packs, and that's how you unlock new schematics and get new survivors and the heroes you play as, stuff like that. So,
interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So far, it's the learning curve is super steep, and it's the steepest learning curve I've played in a while. I tend to avoid those games because I only have so much time to play, and I just kind of want to get to it. I don't want to have to learn an entire language just to play. Yeah. But still, with that steep learning curve, still a fun game to play. It's still very engaging. You get put into. You start the mission. You get put into a randomly generated area. You go around looking for different things, trying to get an objective, either calling down a weather balloon or putting up a weather, stuff like that, because you're trying to get data as to what's exactly causing these storms, which are bringing these zombie-like characters.
Go ahead. Now there seems to be one little issue with the game, though, that I seem to understand, is that if you are in a game, like if I jump into your game to do an objective or finish a mission or whatever, I might have to do that mission myself, even though I've already gone into your game and done it.
Not all missions are like this, but there are some missions, because they are tied to your home base, which is proprietary. You actually control who can affect that world. Because it is tied to that, you have to do it on your party, even if you jump in to help a friend do it on their party.
That can be kind of annoying.
It is. Yeah. It can be kind of annoying, but also the game is meant to be played a lot. Mm-hmm. So I think that's helping its sustainability.
How many of the same missions have you done already with?
I had to do one.
Is
3
it
times.
Really bad with like fetch and grabs? Like run here and grab.
No, it's that once you do the main objective, there are bonus objectives you can strive to do as well. But once you do the main objective, you basically go through 3 waves of enemies or 2 waves of enemies, depending upon the difficulty.
You have to set out the ghost. And it's gonna have to, do some,
recon.
Exactly.
It's gonna do some terrible voice acting by Peter Dinklage.
And then you have to defend it. That's.
Yep. And you're gonna ask him how long it's gonna take, and he's gonna tell you it's gonna take 3 waves.
I feel like you guys are saying something specific.
Yeah. We're talking about a game that's being put out by a company. I don't know what it could be.
So
leave your guesses. Leave your guesses in the comment section.
Guys.
Yes.
I think we gotta open some stuff.
Okay. All right.
Sweet.
You're getting all sweaty.
I'm anxious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you want? What do you want?
Let's see. I'll go for those 2 Rick and Mortys. I think I've been really kind of aching to get those opened up. Let's see which ones. And then let's see. We got some Fallout ones. We got some Disney ones in there.
I'm gonna open up this fun nettable.
Oh, awesome! Oh, dude, that thing is so great.
It's a Captain Cup Kirk.
Yeah.
And it's basically a cupcake in the shape of Captain Kirk from the classic Star Trek original series.
They're very witty over there at the company that makes that toy.
Extremely so. So what are you opening up?
Because see, that one at least makes sense. Captain Cup Kirk, and he looks like a cupcake. This one though is Spock Tart, but he does not look like a tart. He again looks like a cupcake.
He's a cupcake.
So what's going on with this? What's going on, USAopoly? I mean, you did good work with the Captain Cup Kirk.
Okay.
But
so my 2 that I ended up getting here, I have Morty with the seeds.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Good God,
I'm just aiming for Chris's microphone. Just throw that up there on the.
Are you gonna hit my mic again if I don't do it?
Yeah, maybe. Give him some.
Here, put him on the revolver there.
Yeah.
Maybe move that thing over there. It's a Kingdom Hearts. They come in like little jar.
Oh man, my boss would like those toys.
Okay, so the other one is Doofus Rick. I absolutely love Doofus Rick so much. I had one more Rick and Morty. I don't know what happened to it.
That is an awesome sculpt on their part.
I haven't opened anything yet. I'm gonna go with this Heroes versus Villains. I don't know though. This is Disney. I don't know if I can open this.
They just so you know, when I saw them, I like really did like. I was kind of giving it the lift to see like what the heavy ones are, because they're Captain Gantu from Lilo and Stitch, and I think like Maui or something like that from Moana, like giant pieces.
So I think the other giant piece is a frost monster from Frozen.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I have legitimate complaints about Frozen.
Me too. I'm not a fan. So if you guys are actually looking here up on the front, you'll notice it is a little messy. We're going to have to clean that up. But up there in the front, we have the Gwenpool, which is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that Crza, myself, and Martin went out to the local mall and GameStop to pick all that stuff up. And we actually have a video, live video of that right when we came back with our hauls.
Yeah, we went to hunting.
And then I still got to do the editing, but we have an edited video of us just going from store to store.
Yeah, my son joined us on that day. He had an amazing time.
Yeah.
I got this shark thing. Is that?
Yes, that is from Lilo and Stitch. That's Captain Gantu. Holy,
that is awesome.
Hell. That thing's got some weight.
Nice.
I'm gonna get double Gantus then. That's what it's gonna be. That is
good, because that's what happens. You try to cheat and guess the weight and all that stuff, and then that's what happens. You get duplicates.
The sci-fi Voltron.
Yeah.
That's a really cool looking piece.
Definitely.
All right, so let's see. We talked about Game of Thrones. We talked about Fortnite. Actually, I'm gonna slide in not really a game review, but just something that I'm playing, and I'll actually ask you guys the same thing. What are you playing? Whether it's a video game or board games or card games, whatever it is. I just found I wanted to play Pokemon again. I was like, I wonder if there's like a weird app or anything, like a Pokedex app or something that I can link to it. And I come across a Rick and Morty Pokemon game where you go around and you get random Mortys from every dimension.
That's pretty sweet.
It's basically
it's
Pokemon.
Called Pocket Mortys.
It's Pocket Mortys, which if anyone, if you know, it's Pokemon is short for Pocket Monsters.
Is that what that means?
That's what it is.
Oh, dude, mind.
All these years.
Dude, I had no idea. I had no idea.
So, anyway, this game is really fun. And it has that same thing where you find items and then you can mix them together to get different, better items to help your Mortys.
Now, do you play Pokemon Go?
I did in the beginning, just like everybody.
Yeah.
It actually came at a really fortuitous time for me because we were out in for a friend's wedding out in Mackinac Island, and there's a ton of historical landmarks all over that thing. So every one of them was a Pokestop. So we were able to really like beef up on finding a lot of Pokemon and items because they were just everywhere.
And it's made your life considerably better, right?
I got hit by a car. I was looking down. I was like, peekaboo.
I was just asking because you said you had the itch to play a Pokemon game, and you looked up on your phone for Pokemon games.
No. I played Go before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, it's funny. Last year, my friend and I went up to Boston for a Red Sox game because I won tickets to a Red Sox. I think it was Red Sox versus the Royals up at Fenway. And we walked around Fenway Park because we got there super early before the game started, so we had some food, and everything like that. And we literally just walked around the park before the game started, and he caught so many Pokemon because there were just a ton, all around there, that whole area, which was pretty sweet. I mean, I don't play Pokemon Go, but
no, neither do I. No.
Damn you, exercise.
Yeah, damn right.
So Raw Nostalgia is actually saying, and I've never played, but have you guys played No Man's Sky?
Yes. I played a little bit of it at launch. I was a little disappointed with it. I think No Man's Sky kind of got the I know we kind of bash on Destiny, but it kind of got the Destiny treatment where it said it was going to do this and it said it was going to do that and it was going to say it was going to do all this stuff. We
know this as the Molyneux promise.
Yeah. There you go. So it said it was going to do all these things and it didn't, and people kind of the whole point of the game was to get to the center of the galaxy, and people kind of got to the center, and it was a little bit anticlimactic, and it was supposed to take all this time to get to the center, and I guess it wasn't as I guess the world or the universe wasn't as big as it was supposed to be. But I don't know, with this update, it seems like they're kind of working on it constantly. So the game might be better now. Sort of like Destiny, where at first it was kind of this like this kind of mixed bag, of like RPG and shooter, and it didn't really have like a story. It was just kind of that like protecting the ghost thing. And then they released Rise of Iron, and then what was the other one?
It was Quest for Your Money.
Yeah.
And then,
no. Rise of Iron.
And then, hey, do that thing you've done 4 million times again.
Rise of Iron and the other expansion that is eluding my name, eluding my mind right now.
That 3 months you spent playing your game is now worthless.
It kind of
that
fixed it.
That was my favorite update.
Kind of.
Super fan.
Yeah, kind of fixed it, and I think made it a little bit better. So.
My difficulty with Destiny, as you can see, had always led from you would spend all this time getting this awesome gear and amassing this fortune of money, and then 3 months later they would update it, and all of that gear is worthless, and all of that money is now worthless because there's a new currency, and that happened multiple times. So that just said to me you didn't want you didn't want me to play your game.
Yeah, you dropped me at the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that would be kind of a pain in the ass. Looking at Raw Nostalgia's comment saying that the big criticism is that galaxy to galaxy and system to system, you're seeing the same animals in the same buildings. I'm going to use the Doctor Who defense, I guess, and say there's only so much you can do with how a building is built and how many legs an animal has, I guess.
I'm going to use the Chewbacca defense. But no, that's...
I now need to hear the Chewbacca defense. The
Chewbacca defense is... the Chewbacca defense is if Wookiees lived on Endor, then you must have quit.
It's the same. That's the same kind of criticism too with like most MMOs. I don't know if any of you guys have played Final Fantasy XI, which I absolutely loved. I played the crap out of it.
No, I did not.
Yeah,
I played it for 2 hours and I was like, "Oh, this is really good." Fuck.
But it's the same thing, you go.
Super Nintendo.
You go to the starting zone and there's rabbits, and you kill the rabbits, you level up. Then once you hit level 10 or 11 or whatever, you go to the next zone and there's more rabbits to kill. but they're more powerful rabbits. So the rabbits.
So these are the rabbits who have been feeding off of the lower rabbits.
Exactly.
And that's how they've been. Okay.
They've been emitted with some nuclear radiation, and because that's how it is. That first level, the rabbits are like, level 1 characters can kill these rabbits, but then when you get to that next zone, you have to be like 10 or 11 to kill these
damn rabbit.
Yeah, it's like that throughout the whole game.
Are they just? Did they go from rabbits to great rabbits to greater rabbits?
No.
To the best rabbits. To that rabbit.
Now going back to a defense, I'm going to use the Xena defense.
Oh,
Evil wizard.
Is that what?
Evil wizard.
By Xena, do you mean
the warrior princess?
From the episode of The Simpsons where Homer is Poochie and he's got to sit up on a Comic-Con panel, and the guy gets up and he says something like, in one scene, it's a Pegasus. It's a winged Appaloosa. Am I to believe that? And her answer is, evil wizard. And it's like, boom, answer done.
I haven't seen that episode, that Poochie episode in so long, and I quote it all the time.
So it looks like Raw Nostalgia kind of agrees with me here. He says, yeah, Crza, no point promising multi-universes, galaxies, systems, etc. if you can't add the substance. And that's another thing that was missing in the game. Not only the substance of these huge worlds that they were promising, but it seemed like that there were classes that they were going to introduce into the game as well. Like you could be a merchant, or you could be like a pirate, like a space pirate, stuff like that. And in the end, you were just an explorer.
Yeah.
And once it gets to that certain point, kind of like Minecraft, I guess too. When you have enough resources, there's no point to get more resources because you already have more than enough that you need. And then what's the point of playing the game anymore? Once you reach that point where it's like, oh well,
I hit that point a lot in a lot of games where, especially like I play a lot of open world games, and there's only so much. So many times you can climb a tower to reveal the rest of the world, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm going to stop playing it.
That was the great part of No Man's Sky, because in the beginning you have nothing. You have no oxygen. You have no warp core or whatever. I don't know if they refer to it as a warp core, but warp system. And you have to find all that stuff. So you pick a planet that you start at, and then you have to find oxygen quickly, and you have to find these pieces to fix your ship. But again, you get to that point where it's like, dude, I have so much oxygen that it doesn't matter for me to get more, or to search for more, or to search for more of these these minerals and stuff like that, because you have more than enough.
Yeah. Gotcha. So what Raw Nostalgia is speaking about is the augmented reality game that they're going to be bringing out to tie it into.
So speaking to what I was talking about last week, that I think we're focusing, I think game companies are focusing a little bit on VR right now, but it's really just a distraction while they work on augmented reality. And I really do feel like the next wave of games is going to be a combination somewhere between augmented reality and virtual reality, where you'll be in the real world, but as things happen, possibly things around you will start to change.
Real quick to interject, that's an expensive distraction if that's the theory you're going with, because the PS4 VR is like $400. The HTC Vive is like $700 is $700 to like $800 for your PC.
I guess then my question to you is, when did you start thinking that these people gave two shits about
it's true, but
I'll use the Nintendo Virtual Boy. Like, hey, let's just put something out. It may not be the best, but it's something.
Yeah, no.
I think they're kind of there was a certain amount of I think they got cornered, because you're starting to see the cell phone virtual sets, and it's so much cheaper to do it and everything.
Yeah. They
kind of have to take the expensive route. They don't have that option, but augmented reality is a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
so
it's true. I mean, we can only take graphics so far, and we're already kind of at the brink there with 4K. So it's like, well, what's next after 4K? So we'll have to see.
401? 4001K?
8K.
8K.
No, I'm sure that'll be the next
thing. That's what I
guess.
They'll just double it.
Yeah.
It's double the speed. All right, so I guess next up we're going to go to, and this will mix into Comic-Con a little bit because we talked about this before we went into the episode. At Comic-Con, we got a few trailer debuts. A couple big ones that made us kind of go a little crazy.
Very, very good.
We'll go with the first one, which is Ready Player One. I am very, very excited for this. The book, I've now read it a good 3 or 4 times, and it just, every time you just get like you want to jump in, like you want to play.
Yeah.
Martin has not read this, but you will be leaving here tonight with it, as I have it in your
awesome.
Because
I've been wanting to read it for a while now. So
what you reading?
I'm reading comments right now. Sorry, and I'm responding to them. So sorry.
Okay,
You're the worst.
Well, I'll go for what I'm reading. I just picked up a manga of it's Majora's Mask and A Link to the Past in a double set. So it's like these bigger versions, not the smaller version of the book. Really, really fun. I just love it. What I'd really like to get is the old Nintendo Powers. In the back of every Nintendo Power, there'd be like a 1 or 2 page comic book. Over the year, you get a full story arc.
Yeah.
So they made a trade paperback of all those comic books.
Oh, nice.
So to just be able to read right through it.
I'm rereading V for Vendetta for the 455th time.
Nice.
It's a sound decision.
Yeah,
I think you're making the right decisions here.
It's at least a yearly thing now. So
that's a link to the.
Do you have like an anniversary date? It's like today's the day I gotta start. No, you just
because I have.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Wait. It would be the 5th of November.
It would be the 5th of November.
Well,
I have a rack at home and it has all my trades in it, and I'm
How
always
big is
looking.
your rack?
It's pretty damn big. And I've actually run out of room for trades. I've had to be more selective now and like take the ones that I don't read as often or ones I don't think I'm going to read and put those to the side while I slot new ones in.
As he goes back to read Preacher again.
Well, essentially, yeah. As I read through Transmat for the ninth time.
And over again.
So anyways.
So the Ready Player One trailer is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just say go check it out yourself. We can't really sit here and go over it. It's just too good. But the one we can talk about, Stranger Things, season 2.
I cannot wait.
Ghostbusters, Thriller. I mean, they're hitting us with all.
So here's the thing. Here's a not a little secret about me and Stranger Things. I did not want to watch it at first because of
You're a stupid idiot.
No, because
everybody loved it. Everybody loved it and was talking about how great it was.
Okay.
So
if I could get back to my explanation, or you guys going to continue teaming up on me?
Oh, we can continue.
Oh, sweet.
So anyway, let's talk about how ugly you are.
That was a little uncalled for. That's a bit harsh.
Look, we're teaming up. This isn't a pile off.
Anyways, it was along those lines because I had tried other Netflix shows that everyone's like, you gotta watch this, and I hated, so it made me reticent to try that. But my wife was all about it. So she made me sit down and watch it and like 10 minutes in, I'm hooked. I was like, I'm totally watching this.
He's lying.
So.
It's because everybody loved it and he wanted to hate it.
I think we might have to get some Stranger Things costumes this year.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, they.
Oh boy! You mean I get to wear a dress and I don't have to explain myself?
Get to carry on Eggos and it won't be weird this time.
Exactly.
So I'm really, really excited for this. I mean, it's coming out right around Halloween.
Yeah, that's the perfect time. I mean, it's
going to be so good. I mean, we could sit here and just wax poetic about it for an hour, but go out and check out these trailers.
If you have not seen Stranger Things, watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
But also, yes, definitely check out that trailer. It was an awesome trailer. It hit note perfectly. Didn't give too much away, while still got you super interested.
Yeah. And there is an awesome pop line for Stranger Things characters, too. Yeah,
well,
so
we were
check
just
those
talking
out.
about, so now Funko no longer makes the Super 7 figures, which are the 5-point of articulation figures. Super 7's making their own stuff. But they have started making other action figures in the 4 and 5-inch scale.
So, like the Rick and Morty's that we opened previously.
So we just found out at San Diego they're going to be premiering 3 packs of... You right over there?
Yeah, sorry. Had to burp, didn't want to do it in the mic.
So they're going to be 3 packs of all the figures with more than just the 5-point of articulation. I believe it would look like ball-jointed hips, ball-jointed shoulders, just like the Morty figure. I think would be a really good base to go off of when it comes to the articulations. So we're going to have some pretty good posable figures. The 11 looks great. She's got the bloody nose.
Nice.
So I'm wondering like how many variants you can really do with that, because you could do like a little cleaned up version, the wig version.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, really messed up at the end version.
Yep.
Yes.
Everything's just getting crazy.
And then her in the suit.
Yep.
Yeah, so she can be decked up in that like weird scuba thing that she's got going on.
We can do with this. So there's a lot of really cool opportunities out here with these figures. Cannot wait for them to come out. Speaking of figures, I think we need to open some figures.
No.
Okay.
What are we opening?
Well, so while you guys are opening, I actually wanted to give a shout out to the Southington Drive-In in Southington, Connecticut. If you guys are in the area, it looks like, speaking of Stranger Things, releasing right around Halloween, it looks like they're going to be doing a horror movie. What do you call it? Like when they
marathon?
Yes, there you go. I know words. So they're going to be doing a Halloween, horror marathon. So if you got, if you're interested in horror movies, definitely check it out. It looks super cool.
Might have to show up to that.
Yeah,
I think that's a really cool
I definitely want to. I want to go and check it out because they do movies every Saturday,
cool.
And some of them are pretty sweet. Like I think they did Spaceballs, they did Top Gun, Jurassic Park, Jaws.
My sister, they just recently did Rogue One, Episode 7. They did so. My niece, who's she's 9 years old, and she absolutely loves Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
She just really got into it, and to see Rogue One for the first time, and for even Episode 7, we got to see it in IMAX for that.
Nice.
She got to see Rogue One on the drive-in, sitting in the back of my sister's car.
The first drive-in movie I ever saw was Jurassic Park at the Hartford
Really?
drive-in. Yeah, on the Berlin Turnpike. If you guys know where that is. I know we have a lot of Spanish listeners out there, so they probably don't know what I'm talking about. But hey, if you're a local listener,
and when he says Spanish, he literally means Spain.
Yes, from Spain. Yes, yeah.
No one expects the Spanish.
Exactly.
Never.
So if you guys are local and you know what I'm talking about, then you'll know they used to do the flea market there, and now it's all condos and stuff.
Oh, Martin just got excited. I saw the shoulders.
So I chose to open Teen Titans Go minifigure, of which we opened a bunch.
Grab something.
We opened a bunch last week. So I got Speedy, which, if you watch Teen Titans Go,
awesome.
Nice.
is because of Speedy and Robin's similarities as characters. They're voiced by the same person.
That's awesome.
And they're virtually the same person, to the point where Starfire goes out on a date with Speedy, and Robin impersonates him for the date and acts like a jerk.
That is such a classic 80s
Yes.
trope.
I don't understand there's a lot of Teen Titans Go hate. I don't understand it myself. With all of the different iterations of characters, I think a super goofy, super animated version is fine.
Oh, I love the Teen Titans Go
But
show.
there's a
fantastic.
lot. It gets a lot of hate. I don't understand.
So I opened up a Kingdom Hearts. They're collectible minis, and they come inside of a dome. They're called original minis in domes.
Oh, nice.
All right, and then what I ended up getting was Roxas.
I have no idea who that is.
That's a person.
Yeah.
It's Kingdom Hearts too.
Sorry, I don't
So
play
you'll
Kingdom
throw that
Hearts
up?
at all.
Rebecca,
there's
if you're
somewhere.
watching, leave a comment and let us know who this is.
Yes.
All right. And,
I'm opening up the other way again because I want to make sure you got a duplicate for trying to cheat the system.
I really feel like it's gonna be the Frozen villain, which is a cool looking villain, but Frozen just.
Such a
Frozen.
Literally a razor blade.
Yeah.
Frozen is the reason I didn't want to watch Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, you almost missed out.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph is the best.
Yes, it is.
Maybe Ursula? The Ursula is really cool. Well, even the Stitch would be nice. Look at
That Stitch is pretty damn
Oh,
good.
it's the Frozen guy.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
That is an awesome looking monster.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
No, that's awesome.
a cool
looking.
figure.
Yeah,
dude.
that's totally cool. The other figure involved in that diorama
Yeah,
is cool.
yeah.
Diorama Rama.
It's my favorite day. My favorite school day.
They're all here. Han, Chewie.
I bet my Wookiee.
Wow, those are really awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Way to go,
That
Funko.
Ursula,
Way to go.
Yeah, Funko definitely home run on this one.
Talk to us about sponsorship.
Yeah.
Would you like to send us stuff? Because these are expensive. So I just want to talk about actually some of the old videos that we've done.
Okay.
Now we've got over 30 videos. We have a few people watching. So I just wanted to talk about some of the stuff we've done in the past real quick that
All right.
I think would be...
Are we gonna? Are we trying to explain away past sins? Is that what
That's
this segment's
our
about?
prior discretions. So we actually did a review of Mannix bootleg wrestling toys. They're like knockoff wrestling toys.
I've never seen these before. You threw it in front of me as the video started, and that was my natural reaction.
And we actually, the bit is called, Martin, what the hell is this?
Exactly.
And there's just some weird stuff. We also talk quite a bit about Pops with myself and Crza.
Yeah, I'm a pop fanatic.
So, yeah, we have quite a few things out there. And the Martin and I did a Mattel Retro Series 1 review of the entire line.
We did that. We did also 3 Figma arts
figure arts.
SH figure.
WWE
I'm very dumb.
It's the WWE SH figure arts figures for The Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H. We did individual reviews, and then we also did some sync up matches with some of our favorites, being Tyler Bates versus
Kevin Dunn. Or not Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
Pete Dunn.
So but Dunn versus Bates is one of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
It's still
go back and watch it and sync up with us.
It's still the best. It's still the best match this year.
So far this year, it's the best match I've seen.
I don't see anything unseating it. Anything.
No. Outside of like CM Punk coming back to challenge,
unless they waste Styles Nakamura at SummerSlam.
They probably will. It's going to be a really fast blow-off.
That's a WrestleMania.
It's a WrestleMania, and
it's a WrestleMania match. Exactly.
Even you let it go to Survivor Series and have a classic 4-on-4 where they bump shoulders and want to fight each other.
Right. Or they're on the same team because you're doing SmackDown versus Raw, and they get into some sort of altercation. You push it through the Rumble. You have them have a meeting at the Rumble. Yeah.
You can have
just
them
keep
especially
teasing the fans.
Going to what you were saying about the Rumble, you can even have them clean house in the Rumble and do the Warrior and Hogan spot where they bump into each other's shoulders. I think it was 1991.
And they turn around
they turn around and they're ready to fight each other.
And then the crowd erupts in orgasmic delight.
And
Heath Slater runs down and gets his clock cleaned.
I got keys!
Exactly.
So, one thing we haven't done yet is eat some weird Japanese food.
All right.
Let's do it.
Good, I'm hungry.
Oh, Martin's just going right for Pocky. That's not even adventurous. What we got, a fish biscuit?
Yeah. It looks like it's a strawberry flavored fish-looking thing.
Like
I hope it's strawberry and fish flavored.
Knowing the Japanese, it probably is.
Might be. This could happen.
Okay, I'm eating some Pocky.
Oh, dude, it smells very strawberry, I mean, is what I...
I'm not falling for that.
Oh, it's like a wafer thing here.
What is the interior like?
This is some coffee cream or cinnamon. No, I think it's espresso Pocky.
I gotta save a piece of that for Lisa. There you go. That's the strawberry.
Thank you.
What is that even called? It's by Mito, Meito.
Yeah, Mito.
It's like a fish biscuit.
Fish biscuit.
Crunchy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's basically just like wafers.
Yeah, one of those like Necco wafer things, yeah.
Pocky's good.
Now it's just chewing the microphone.
I'm trying to back up.
No, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this Pocky's actually interesting. It looks like chocolate Pocky dipped in, I don't even know.
Let me try.
Reverse Pocky. Sip it. This is our break.
Yeah.
The filling on this is super weird.
Yeah, it immediately melts. Now, where we got this stuff was, Crza, if you like to do the plug.
Yeah, Akiba Underground. It's in Clinton, Connecticut. They got a really good selection of various snacks and drinks. Gundam Metal, Gundam Black.
They have Gundam. Well, they have a ton of the Gunpla models.
There you go.
From, let's see, when I was there, they had the Iron-Blooded Orphan stuff. They had a bunch of Zaku stuff. They had everything from the lower grade stuff, going from about $10 to $15 to the really high end stuff where it's just you're building a model for like a month.
Yeah, they're also doing Magic tournaments, Yu-Gi-Oh dueling. They've got manga, however you pronounce it, whatever school of pronunciation you come from.
That's actually where I got that the
Legend of
Zelda manga, and I also got up in front, which might as well open them now while we're looking at them. We got these Mega Mans over here.
Oh,
I knocked one.
Yeah.
There you go. Here. You want to open that?
Yeah, sure. They also have Japanese clothes there too. It looks like I think that it's called the Gothic Lolita. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay. That's pretty amazing. So these figures, I didn't really know what they were. I thought it was just going to be like a single piece, and that was going to really be it. Turns out this is a fully articulated action figure, and it comes with a little clear.
Rush!
Yes, that is... Okay, so... Now, I expected to get a solid figure here, something like what we got from Funko, and instead got this beautiful, fully articulated 2.5-inch tall. Oh, dude.
Oh, that is amazing looking.
Holy crap. And then it comes, this is, okay, so Martin, hold that up to the camera because that's pretty phenomenal. And then it also comes with these extra little hands, so you can change the different hands for his non-buster hand. Yep. And then he comes with that rush also.
Little Mega Man dude.
What do we got over there, Crza?
I've got Mega Man here, and I'm just trying to put them together with a couple different hands.
Straight up Mega Man?
Yep.
Oh, man, these are good pulls.
It's true. Raw nostalgia. You got to teach him how to cook, early so he can make his own stir fry.
For Stir Friday?
Stir Friday, yeah.
Oh, my God. I am very, very happy with this. I did not expect this from a blind box.
That is, that is amazing.
I broke him.
Oh, this is our... Yeah, the arm pops up because it's just it's a PVC.
There we go.
It just pops right in. But
they have articulation on the buster.
Yeah. No, I'm really super impressed with this. Like, I want the rest of these.
How much did you pay for these?
They were like $10 $10. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I can't even find an American action figure that's $10 that's this good.
Exactly.
Like, wow. And actually, the way we ended up getting it was
here's
one
my
of them.
Mega Man.
There. Oh, dude, and that's just classic Mega Man. He comes with an accessory, right?
This thing, I don't know what
that.
Okay, is that? Does that attach somewhere?
That's where he gets it, so he gets more energy for life.
Yes.
So I got one at Akiba Underground, and I got the other one at Hot Topic when we went out to do our stuff. That day there, I picked up everything but exclusives.
Yeah.
I got those. I got this Mega Man stuff, and I picked up the Lilo, Stitch, and I'm sorry. Not Lilo and Stitch.
It was
Lilo and
Stitch. Stitch, someone else.
And Angel.
There you go.
But my daughter is really into Lilo and Stitch, so that was going to be for her. Just throw that. Yeah, put those. Yeah, I doubt it's going to.
I can't even get this to stand up.
No.
He's doing some weird.
Geez, I gotta get up. Gotta get up, and Daddy's got to show you guys how to pose some action figures.
Yeah. Don't ever say that.
Hey, learn how to pose a damn action figure, you sick freak.
I don't know.
I was able to get mine to stand up. Shut up.
I'm keeping him down here.
All right, so going on to what have we playing? What are we reading?
I actually didn't talk about what I was playing.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What are you playing?
Titanfall 2. That's it.
Oh, God.
You fell for it.
That's true.
The only review Chris wants to do.
Oh, dude, Titanfall 2 multiplayer is the best.
This Mega Man's face sculpt is so awesome.
I've recently hit G5, which is basically prestiging, for the 5th time.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, because that's all I do is play. It
really
Titanfall.
is all he plays.
Yeah. It is a fantastic game. I did buy ARMS for the Switch, and I have yet to give that a try. Maybe we can do that one day. Do like a live episode of us, like a tournament of us playing ARMS.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm actually trying to figure out how to do picture-in-picture on live, so we can do close-ups on some of the figures as we open them, and also doing just double picture-in-picture on playing games and stuff. Because as you can see over here, we do have a full MAME arcade, and it is absolutely loaded to the gills with games. I just didn't want to turn it on because it'll be flickering possibly.
So that's what I'm playing video game wise, but as you guys know, I think we've mentioned this in our last live video. I think when we did the San Diego Comic-Con pops, I do play Dungeons and Dragons as well. I play that on a weekly basis. Every Sunday, I get together with some friends. We roll some dice, make fun of each other, and hopefully kill some bad guys and get some treasure. So that's always fun as well. I do love playing some D&D and rolling some dice.
All right, so now were you able to find any modules for us to play?
I have not. I have to do a little bit more digging. I haven't had a chance to.
One thing we had briefly talked about in one of our last live videos was possibly doing a D&D or role-playing 1 or 2 hour game here in the arcade.
Right here.
Start it right at the beginning of the campaign and just burn right through.
Yeah.
That is hopefully.
As long as I can be an orc, I'm happy.
So.
Well, you couldn't be an orc. You could be a half orc.
Well,
which is
that's
going
fine.
to be
True
So
orcs.
now we
you never go full orc.
Never go. As Robert Downey Jr. just wanted to say.
So we've got, what are you playing? You tricked me.
Yeah.
We've got, what are you reading? And
I didn't talk about what I was reading either because I was busy bantering with.
What are you reading?
I'm not really reading much of anything. I kind of the same stuff I was reading last time we talked about it on the live show.
Communist propaganda.
Yes, that. I don't need to read that. It's all up here. It's all in my. I think of the propaganda and then I write it down exactly. Be
Just
like,
always playing.
Exactly. Be like, oh, that'd make a great T-shirt. I've been reading Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, which is a manga that I've been reading. They already have done a first season of the anime show on Crunchyroll. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It is hilarious. I like the characters. It's a great, slice of life, high school.
Yeah, it's like flavor kind of.
Yeah, I love those. Dude, slice of lifes get me every time. I don't know why. Maybe because it's just so slice of life is
such a slice of life.
Well, slice of life is supposed to be realistic and this kind of everyday thing, but they're not. These episodes and these shows are completely the opposite of what their what the intended theme is supposed to be. So I guess that's why I like them a lot.
So, speaking of things you like a lot.
Cut off. Done. You're done.
No, you were done. Unless you're going to keep talking about harems.
No. We can. You want to talk about harems? You want to talk?
It's like a natural ending spot.
Really don't want to talk about harems.
Crza has actually a pretty awesome pop-up there. We've been eyeing it this whole time.
Yes. So I actually just got this in
Hold that up to the camera a little bit if you can there.
There you go. Are we going to do it together? Teamwork.
How's it gonna work?
So
This is the most ridiculous. Hold it to the camera and you guys are wonder twinning in the middle of the damn table.
I got this in the mail the other day from Galactic Toys. And a shout out to one of my coworkers. His name is Ramiro. He was the one that actually told me about this. He texted me a few months ago and sent me the link, and I checked it out. And it was for pre-order. And I was like, dude, I got to get this. I'm a huge DBZ fan. And I guess this is, even though I only collect the Saiyan characters, I think this is an important piece to have in your collection.
Yeah, he's definitely a cornerstone character.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. He's got all the Dragon Ball. You can't really see it on the camera because the box
is not.
That's right. He is not coming out of the box, but he's got all the Dragon Balls below him, underneath his position. Because if you don't,
blow me.
if you don't know Dragon Ball, to make the wish, you have to collect all 7 Dragon Balls.
Can the wish be to have all 7 Dragon Balls forever?
No, because once you make the wish, they lose their power for a set amount of time, and then.
Can you wish to never lose your power?
Well, you personally don't ever lose your power.
I'm so bored right now.
I'm
so
having
sorry.
a hard time understanding this whole thing.
You collect the Dragon Balls and you make a wish. Usually,
it seems like there's a lot of rules.
There are, but for 9 times out of 10, whenever the Dragon Balls are collected to make said wish, it's to bring people back to life. That's all that ever happened. Yeah,
Harry Potter taught us that's a very bad
idea. The evil character in Dragon Ball Z in the beginning saga, actually the second saga, Namek, the Namek saga, is Frieza, and it wants to collect the Dragon Balls, I think, to become more powerful. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, the good guys win, and the bad guys have killed all these people, and so they used the Dragon Balls to wish everybody from planet Namek back to life. Yeah, I like it a lot. So thanks to him for pointing it out to me, because I probably would have never seen it if he didn't text me about it.
And how much was that?
$30. Yeah, $29.99. Yeah, free shipping. So it was pretty sweet. Check out Galactic Toys. They have some pretty sweet stuff out there, and it's an exclusive. So I got this to add to my collection. I'm actually going to take a picture because I personally bought a ton of pops this week with the San Diego Comic-Con. So when I get all of the pops back to my house and I have all of my collection set up, I'll take a picture and we can post it on Instagram, and awesome. Everybody can see what I got. And
actually for that, I was going to put that out there. We have a few collector groups that really, really like the show in general. So I'm thinking,
What's wrong with them?
Let's start posting to the Facebook and to our Instagram, and I think we're going to get a Tumblr. It's a really good way to share with some other collectors. But there are some pretty serious collections out there.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see them.
Yeah,
toy collectors. So.
I'll post that stuff, and if you guys are interested in what I got for my pop collection, you can see and comment and like and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Comment over. I guess it would be here. Right there,
I think it's down here.
Is it? Wait, no, it's the opposite of. It's this side.
Yeah, there you go.
So
comment somewhere.
Comment over here. We've actually been getting a few comments here, so it's been making for a pretty fun show.
Yeah, so far.
So far, we got nowhere to go but down.
We're going downhill, like a roller coaster.
We are the worst.
Anyways. One of the other trailers that they showed today was the Justice League trailer.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
It's a very, very well done trailer.
They mostly are.
I'm going to say this outright. I generally don't like the DC movies. I truly enjoyed Wonder Woman. It was very, very good and extremely well done.
Yeah,
Cannot recommend it enough.
The fact that it's still actually in the theaters is, that's
the best
shows.
sign for it,
yeah, exactly.
So I hope that they're making improvements and going along the right way. And I think this trailer is helping with that. They obviously also understand that because the trailer starts with a full 3 minutes of Wonder Woman footage.
Nice.
Hey, remember that thing you loved? Well, she's back and she's got buddies.
Hey, if it works, it works.
But
we need to talk about the thing you did not like about the trailer. Aquaman and
come
on, let's do it.
There was one super cringe moment where because they're fighting parademons and the parademons are flying in the sky and Aquaman lands on top of one of them and then falls through a 4-story building and comes out surfing the parademon and hops off of it.
Oh,
he Legolisted it up.
I don't want to see it now.
And I was just like, oh no. That truly upset me.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was fine. Everything else was good. I have no problem with any of the actors or anything.
Yeah, and they showed off the Batmobile at San Diego Comic-Con. It looks pretty cool.
They showed off the Batmobile. They showed the Flash being the Flash, kind of the less mature of the heroes. Cyborg doesn't get very much screen time, so you can't really judge that.
Speaking of Flash,
yes,
there's going to be a new Batman too, correct? We saw that.
So
I'm just bringing it all.
Thanks. So DC
bringing the misery.
DC announced a ton of movies to their schedule. One of them being Flashpoint. Now, for people who have never read the Flashpoint series or watched the Flashpoint movie, it is an alternate timeline where the Flash never existed. So for some reason, Bruce is the one who dies. So Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker, and Princess Diana and Aquaman are at war with each other, and it's taking over the world. And I'm,
what?
Yeah, it's not
That's,
very. Yeah. There are popular things that I understand why people are into them, but I don't like them. This is one of those things I don't understand why people like it. It smacks of 13-year-old fantasy. Like, oh yeah, Batman's dad is going to be Batman, and then his mom's going to be the Joker.
But the guy who's going to be playing the Batman
rumored to play the Batman is Jeffrey Dean Morgan of Walking Dead fame, which is fine, but the story is just dumb.
Yeah,
and the reason it's getting, I don't know, I don't get it. I just
the only alternate reality DC movie I want to see is Superman Red Son.
That would be amazing.
Dude, that'd be so awesome. Absolutely.
And again, I'm not even a person who doesn't enjoy alternate DC stuff. As you mentioned, Superman Red Son, Batman Gotham by Gaslight.
I've always wanted to read that, and I have not.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of like the Victorian, and steampunk and that Victorian era. Yeah, and I've always wanted to read it. I just never had a chance to.
It's really, really well done. There's a ton of stuff that's super well done, but that's like again. It's one of those super popular things. I don't understand why it's popular. So.
Why are you a thing? So now that we're caught up with what we're reading,
yes,
and what we're playing,
yes,
what we're listening to, What are we listening to, actually?
Yeah. Still mostly podcasts.
I'm pretty much listening to the Dollop consistently.
Edge and Christian, actually. Edge and Christian's podcast is really, really good.
Okay.
And I can't recommend it enough. They get a lot of very good interviews from guys like Eric Young and Samoa Joe.
Eric Young.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Tom Waits.
Samoa Joe, Charlotte, and some really, really interesting interviews. And they also did this super interesting segment called I forget exactly what it's called, but basically they get two wrestlers who are in a match.
Was that interesting?
You get two wrestlers who are in a match, and they just recall their their thoughts about the match.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool.
And so the first one they did was Shawn Michaels and Mankind, and it was their match at Mind Games, and it was
cool.
Yeah,
that sounds really good. I want to start my favorite murder because they talk about it a lot on the dial.
Yeah.
There was recently an episode that I would listen to where a woman had a man living in her attic for 8 years.
Wow.
And she was married. And so the husband would go off to work,
Mm-hmm.
and she would open this attic and let the guy down, and she would just have all-day sex with him. And then he would go back up to the attic when the husband was home to basically just wait it out.
Yeah.
And he would, he was in love with her and everything, and it was this German woman, and she fed him, I think it was nothing but like milk, liverwurst, and bread.
Dude, don't knock liverwurst. Liverwurst is awesome.
For 8 years.
Yeah, hey.
The smell.
Liverwurst is good.
Yes.
For 8 years. So anyway,
8 years.
That's the number we're talking here.
Yeah.
So what's the big turn in this is that one night the husband is in an argument with the wife, and this guy thinks, the one who's in the attic, thinks something's going to happen to the woman he loves. So out of nowhere, he comes out of this crawl space in the closet from the attic and comes out to stop the husband from hitting the woman. And the whole time the husband's like, what the fuck
plus
is
the husband,
going on?
in the 8 years, they also moved to a different state.
She sent him ahead.
Yeah.
When the
Wow.
husband wasn't around, she sent him ahead to go live in the house ahead of time so they could just move in.
Wow, that's dedication right there.
And then
just
the sex must have been great.
So, but the thing is that it was talked about on the Dollop.
So wait, did the guy from the attic kill the husband? Is that okay?
Kills him.
He killed him. And the final thought in the guy's head probably wasn't "I love my wife" or anything. It's probably just
Where did this dude come from?
That was the other thing. He suspected, but never found anything. So he thought he was going crazy, and then
suddenly crazy's killing him.
Exactly. Suddenly the thing that's driving you insane is killing you.
The crazy part about this too is that this guy was in the attic for 8 years. Like, he didn't really go outside.
Yeah.
So this pale white doofus, basically,
he's got like a huge beard.
Doofus Rick comes out of the ceiling and is like, "Get away from my love child!" Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But the thing is when they did this episode, it was Gareth Reynolds and Dave Anthony, as it always is, but it was a live episode, and they had a guest on, and the guest just so happened to also be like a year before that on the podcast My Favorite Murder. So as he's setting it up, and we don't know what the story is yet, she stops and goes, "I know exactly what this is. Oh my god!" Because it really has that level of what the fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty
it's
crazy.
It's definitely worth a good listen, just like the Rube, just like the Tickle Contest, just like any of the Dollop. So definitely check out the Dollop. I think they're on Talkspace and iTunes and all of the others. For us, like, share, and subscribe, because we're going to be doing more live videos, more openings, more everything.
More eating Japanese food, more eating Pocky.
So, I think at this point, I think we
Whoa! I didn't even do that. Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave, and you and Martin can continue this love fest that's going?
I'm touching his hand again.
He is so freaked out.
Those eyes, I'm the freaked out. He just gave me the. Now they're bedroom eyes.
No, I can leave. You guys can do your thing, and
All right, so
I feel like I'm the Janetti in this.
No.
In this,
Crza, if anything, you're the crush in this.
See, but you know what? I'd like to honestly think that means we have a Janetti, we have an up. I like to think we're a New Day. It kind of came together pretty quick, and pretty good. I like it.
I can't.
I want to pat myself on the back.
I can't pull off that singlet.
I don't want you to, but I also want to see you. I want to see you in the Big E singlet. Just like...
there you go.
That would be so amazing.
I wish I could gyrate my head. Are you joking?
Yeah, he's white. Come on. What do you expect?
So white.
What you listening to?
I've been pulling out some deep cuts here because last week I was talking about my love for the Google Play music subscription because they have a ton of stuff. Yeah, well, dude, they're awesome.
I don't think it's articulated. Don't rip that off.
Rock smash.
Very much.
But yes, I've been listening to Google Play a lot because they have a lot of really good stuff out there that I can't find on Pandora and everything.
So I'm a little afraid. You said deep cuts, and I know you're talking about emo.
No. I'm talking about deep cuts in like underground. Like
Can you see your wrist?
Yeah, there. See.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Don't believe it.
It's true. The only thing I cut nowadays is my lawn, unfortunately. But anyway.
Don't have a lawn.
Well, I have to mow my mom's lawn. But anyway, I've been listening to a old school grindcore band called Discordance Axis. They're one of my all-time favorites. If you want to hear a crap ton of songs in a half hour, yeah, dude, that is it. I have their complete discography on CD.
It's one CD.
Yeah, it's one CD, and it's probably.
They didn't even use all of it. They had enough room. They had enough room to put interviews with the band afterwards.
Dude, well, that's the best part. There's like a few songs that are over a minute long, and the only reason they're a minute long is because they put an ad from they put a line for a movie into the beginning of the song.
They've got skits like classic hip hop groups.
Their whole.
I could just see the end of like the old in the 90s. They'd always put like the hidden track, and you'd have to listen to the last track for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
It's a full discography with a 30-minute hidden track. You're just waiting for nothing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think the discography is probably about 70 songs, and it's only it's
like
not very long.
It's like that short songs for short people album.
Dude, but seriously, their songs are super quick. Maybe about 30 seconds long, up to a minute if you
really get their point across because they have.
Dude, you can't even understand what they're saying. There's no point. But what I really like about this band is that they actually use a real drummer. A lot of those grindcore bands, because the songs are so quick, it's hard, for a drummer to keep that.
Going.
Yeah, so they get a drum machine or whatever, they put whatever beat they want in there, and then they go to it. But this band uses, dude, you have to. I mean, think about how good of a drummer.
A weasel.
Think about how good of a drummer you have to be to play. Yeah, like to go that quickly, a 30-second song, it's just driving that beat and that. Dude, they're awesome. If you are into grindcore or like speed metal, any of that stuff, check them out. Discordance Axis, they're very good. I'm super into them. I always have been. So I'm just rediscovering.
I just want to make sure I have a Discordance
yes. Axis. Yep.
Okay, we are going to have
ridiculous.
to.
Dude, they're awesome.
I gotta hear it.
Yeah.
So I think we got a couple more things up here to open.
Yes.
Let's see.
What do you? So we got this Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, that is not. No, that's going back down. I will rip your face.
Razor.
You can open up.
I want to do a Fallout.
Okay.
There's a gear. I think there's a gear.
There's a gear. Yeah. Here you go. Can you?
Really, really hoping for the dog.
It's not happening. Mystified by the back of the box.
I was just looking to see what the pieces.
What the odds are?
Yeah, like what the different odds on the different figures are.
You ain't getting nothing.
I just want a vault bone.
I thought you wanted the dog.
You're such a liar. You want too much.
No,
you want too much.
This isn't the series that has the dog. The Sentry's in there too, the thing that's in your house there that talks to you.
Yes.
Funko, just send us all of the
all of them.
Fallout 4 pieces.
Yes.
Dude.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
I love that guy. I forget his name. He was awesome.
1 in 12. He's one of the more common guys. 1 in 12.
I forgot that guy's name, but he is
Yeah,
awesome.
I got him too, but it's just the figure I love.
Yeah.
I got this guy, a 1 in 6.
Oh, this is another trooper. We have one of these already.
Yeah.
So now we actually have another of the
Boo.
guys that are
There you go. That's a giveaway prize
That'll be a
right there.
giveaway.
Yeah, we got
Someone's
it.
getting that.
That's right.
Speaking of 100 subscribers, once we hit 100 subscribers on a live show, we're gonna do a live raffle, and that's awesome.
There you go, Chris.
Nice.
Dude, that's so
Yeah, that
sick.
is cool as hell.
So we are going to do a giveaway of some of the stuff you see here, actually, that we're opening up. And also, hopefully, as some
Also this Macho Man.
stuff, you'd better I will punch your face. So, actually, I wanted to talk about that line. One of my favorite things is the Hasbro WWE WWF line. The Macho Man version 1, I think, is perfect in every possible way. I've made so many customs using that. We use CM Punk, AJ Styles, and then The Undertaker, another fun one. Now, we had talked about this in our review of the Series 1 of the Mattel figures.
His
but
famous clothesline.
That's the version 1 of him, because he's got the red hair and kind of the zombie face. And then later on, they put a jacket on him, changed the hair to brown, changed the eyes.
That face
really
sculpting.
didn't do much
That
with it.
face sculpting is amazing.
Dude, it's so good. I mean, that line.
All right, that's pretty good.
You know exactly who you're looking at, And like we were saying, it's the curse of the Ricks. The only things that don't look right is Ric Flair and Rick Rude.
Yeah.
So I love customizing these.
What about Bobby Roode?
Bobby Roode would be amazing. So I actually have a line that I'm working on myself. Just it's still in its infancy, but I'm going to be using some of these parts to make, I guess you call them bootlegs, but they're going to be lucha based. So it's going to be pretty fun using just hacked apart versions of the, and then I guess reassembled.
Oh, I would hope so. I hope you wouldn't just send out.
No, it's going to be a box of parts. You're going to just receive a glue. And
Don't sniff the glue. Just
you don't. It's good glue. It works. But for that, I mean, like, share, and subscribe, and you'll see stuff for that as it comes along. And also use the hashtag 5AliveLive for what our live shows are.
Yes.
And what's the other one? I don't even remember.
5AliveVP.
There you go.
Yeah.
At 5AliveVP.
At 5AliveVP on the Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebooks.
It's always don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
And Hot Topic. I just
yeah.
remember these two things.
Yeah. Hot topic.
Just every
Hot.
time. So wait, what else do we have?
We have 2 Teen Titans Go left.
Dude,
to open.
I'm
we
gonna.
got the bun.
I'm
And
busting
the bun.
open this bun.
Okay, so we tried this, like a green tea.
Yeah, it was a
version or
green
something
tea
last time?
flavored last week, and this is some more stuff we got from Akiba Underground because they have, like I said, those Japanese snacks. Although I did order the Japan crate for next month for August, so we are going to be getting some weird drink and some other candies to try and stuff like that.
I want to try that ramen you were talking about.
Oh,
the
Umai crate. That's another one of the Japan crate. Different versions, I guess. Sort of like how with Loot Crate, there's Loot Crate, then Loot Crate Anime, and all that stuff.
So where would I order? I guess if I wanted just that really awesome ramen you were talking about,
You go
all the other nonsense.
you go-
I just want that.
So what do you mean? You
Like,
want
what's the
just a
best-
box of ramen?
Yeah, what's the ramen you were saying? It's like super awesome. It's better than everything you had. We were at FYE when they. Had
Oh yeah, that was the Umai crate. Yeah, because they send all these different types of ramen flavor.
This is our third
Nice.
Robin, and with not good odds on this.
So what else is in that crate normally?
Usually it's like 8 to 10 different packets of ramen, and then they're all different flavors and all different brands from all
Squid
different
eye.
parts. Yeah, you could get something like that.
Yeah.
They're from all different regions of Japan. You usually get a gift, which since I've subscribed to the Umai crate, I've got like 5 different sets of chopsticks. They always send chopsticks. I've got one that's just a normal set of chopsticks on one side. I'll have to bring some of these gifts
we gotta see some of this stuff.
It's
man.
one of it. One side is normal chopsticks, and then on the other side it's colored pencils. Yeah,
right, okay,
yeah.
cool. So
the first gift I got were baby chopsticks. They were training ones, so they were these little loops on the chopstick, so it showed you where you put your thumb and then where you put your finger. Except my fingers are too big because they're children training chopsticks.
Because you're a grown man.
Exactly. So I can't get the fingers in there. And then they also sent me a pair of traveling chopsticks. So they come in this little case, and then you snap them together.
It's 2 sticks. I think it's already travel chopsticks.
Yeah, no, because they
come in their own case.
Yes, exactly, and they come apart, so that it's like 2 little pieces there, and then
so
it
doesn't look like you're walking around with 2 long pieces of wood.
I have a set that I bring to a food and wine festival down in Florida, and it's a set of chopsticks, but the other side is a spoon and a fork.
Okay, yeah, so no, it came with a spoon too. It came with a spoon that you put together, and then the 2 chopsticks. But if you want to order, if you want to get these ramen noodles, go to Japan Crate. It's japancrate.com. And then again, just like Loot Crate, you pick which crate you want, and the Umai crate is there. And then you select it, you pay for it, and they give you your noodles. Yeah. And what I really like about it too is
this so fresh?
I think it's this little thing here.
That's a hell of a packet.
Yeah. I like the Umai crate a lot too because they also give you noodle bowls, so they're great to take to work. Yeah, so if I'm running late one morning, I grab a noodle bowl. It's super easy to make. That's the other good thing. It's all in Japanese, but every noodle packet is pretty much made the same way. Yeah, so you can't really ever mess that up. But they are very, very good. They give you there's been spicy flavor. They did one of my favorites was a yakisoba style of a noodle bowl, and it was so good. I actually like it better than going to the Japanese restaurant and ordering yakisoba. Yeah, wow. It was very, very good.
We have a pho place here in New Haven that just opened up not too far from here. I don't understand how this bread is so fresh.
It's good. It's like got a little maple taste to it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I like that one more than I like the other one, actually.
I think they're both equally good.
Yeah, I think I definitely go for that one more. I think the other thing we have are basically just like Kinder. It's like a
little graham crackers.
Yeah, I think on the outside it's like a wafer, and the inside will probably just be like a chocolate. So we haven't done any of the weird Japanese stuff where it's like tentacle.
We will. Don't worry.
Oh, it's coming.
I also got my Loot Crate anime coming at some point.
Dude, that is reverse Pocky. Whoa.
It's got a little koala on it.
That's a delicious koala.
I was hoping this koala doesn't have any STDs.
He does, actually. He was that girl. So, anything else coming out of SDCC that you guys really liked that you saw?
We did mention DuckTales in earlier live. So I am super excited for that. It looks like it's got a really strong cast. So,
well, David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck.
Yes.
Martin trying to shield the microphone. It picks up.
They showed the Defenders trailer, which is Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil, and it looks absolutely amazing. Cannot wait for that.
Did you watch the Iron Fist show?
I still have not watched it.
I'm like halfway through it.
Because I've heard such mixed reviews about it. Some people seem to really like it. Other people seem to really hate it. So I just want to...
Like I said, I'm in the middle. In the beginning, it started out really well, and it started to slow down a bit now. Hopefully it'll pick that back up. But that tends to be how the... the Marvel Netflix shows, go. They usually have a very hot start, cool down, and then, a big finish. You were saying...
That's like every Netflix show, though.
We were talking about this earlier, and you had said that someone, you haven't heard a good word about Luke Cage at all.
No, that's it. I liked Luke Cage a lot.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was talking to someone else about that.
Yeah.
They were saying, because I said, I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you're the first person I've heard say that.
Wow, no, it seems like everybody...
in the clan, they
must have been. I'm like, I don't know.
Were you talking to someone from Wallingford? Is that what it was?
But no, I really enjoyed that.
We lost all no of our fans.
Oh, man.
We have no fans in Wallingford.
That's a shame.
It's over.
Dude, I'm just kidding, Wallingford. We like you.
You have Sonic.
No, we don't.
You have Sonic.
You have Sonic.
They do have Sonic. They definitely have Sonic.
You've got the Oakdale. That's a decent place to see
Oakdale.
a show.
I mean, where I saw AJ Styles wrestle.
I saw my first concert at the Oakdale. Opening band was The Far Side. Opening for Crisscross.
Nice.
Unfortunately.
For their second album, the one with It's the Bomb.
Nice.
That's reminiscent of my first concert where I saw Pantera open up for Skid Row.
Nice.
What?
My first concert was at the Civic Center in Hartford, and it was Garbage opening for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay,
that's actually a really good show.
We need to talk about this because now you are another person to add to the list of people who have been at that show because I was there, my wife was there, pretty much everyone from our group, our age group was more or less there. I talk about that show all the time because they had there was this big cone in the middle of the stage and it opened up and there was like orchestra inside the cone. That was one of the most phenomenal concerts I've ever been to.
That was one of my first shows. I wouldn't say it was my favorite / best show.
No, definitely not my best.
I was only, I think I was maybe 13 when I saw that.
97, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I was probably still, teenager, and I didn't. Not that I didn't appreciate the Smashing Pumpkins, but I don't think I liked them as much as I do now. Like, I liked them back then because it was alt-rock, and everybody kind of liked alt-rock back then. And Bullet for Butterfly Wings was so, hard and all that stuff. That was before I knew anything about punk rock or, the stuff that I listen to now where it's like,
Well, like I said,
I heard the first chords of a Sex Pistols song. Like,
actually, it wasn't even that. The first two punk bands I ever listened to were the Misfits and the Dead Kennedys, and those were the first two bands that were introduced to me from the punk genre, and I do love the Misfits for what they are in terms of that horror punk style, but I definitely gravitated more towards the Dead Kennedys and that kind of
more of a message.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Don't get me wrong. Some of the messages, the horror movie themes are fantastic lyrics, and great music. It's just the Dead Kennedys kind of had, I guess, more staying power,
Yeah.
My first punk band was The Clash, still my favorite punk band, and I got into them because of the Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Nice.
I started listening to the Bosstones, and then I was like, who influenced these guys? And The Clash, and
you start going backwards. I was a Ramones kid, just always liked the boppy punk myself. That's why when we're going to suggest a movie, I think probably for the 90th time on this podcast, a band called Death.
Yes.
Is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen, and then you realize that the roots of punk solely live in this band, from an unknown band in the early 70s from Detroit.
Yes.
Before we heard punk from anyone else. It was really very interesting, so if you get a chance, find that movie. I think it's either on Hulu or it's not on Netflix anymore, I don't think.
No, it is not.
But it is streaming out there. It occasionally pops up, so it's definitely worth watching. Another actually movie I'd like to suggest, if for those who haven't seen it yet, and super relevant right this moment, is Attack the Block. Because you have so John Boyega and our new doctor.
Yes,
are both.
They actually to not to cut you off, but they showed a teaser for Pacific Rim Uprising.
Oh yes,
and it was amazing. And the mask opens up. The mask opened up, and it's Boyega, and he's just doing Idris Elba.
Okay.
And you're like, oh god,
podcast over.
So that was another thing. It's a good thing you reminded me. That was awesome.
Very excited for anything Pacific Rim. The Jaeger figures
I loved that movie
made by NECA are some of the coolest figures. Absolutely loved them.
I love that movie, and that's another movie that gets a bad rap, but I truly enjoyed it.
We talked about
giant monsters versus giant robots. What did you want? It's exactly what it said it was.
Plus, Charlie Day shows up.
Yeah, true.
Charlie, in a very funny Charlie role.
Yes.
So, a little bit on wrestling. Mm-hmm. We have tomorrow night. Well, we'll do the break. So now, I guess, like, share, and subscribe. And you say all the things that you say.
Like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to comment in the comments below. We do also have our live chat. And make sure you follow us at 5Alivevp on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
So now we'll start talking about wrestling. So this cuts off, just so everyone knows, like from this part out, we're pretty much going to talk about wrestling.
Oh, man, I got to go.
Try to not really pepper it in too much. But we're going to talk actually about San Diego at the same time. They premiered a lot of figures.
Yes, they did.
Some really awesome ones that we just saw was on Zack Ryder's channel. There's going to be a new Zack Ryder from when he had the U.S. title, and he came out with the Sting jacket on.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
And so just such an awesome looking figure. Another one that I'm really excited for is James Ellsworth.
Yep, James Ellsworth's getting a figure.
That's awesome.
And they really chinned him down.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes with the shirt with his goofy ass face on it.
Yep, with his turtle face on it.
And then the figure that Martin is like losing it for right now.
Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa.
So
I hope it's a 2-pack where you can toss Johnny Gargano through an announce table.
and
what about the Gentleman Jack?
And also then also Gentleman Jack Gallagher, complete with William III. It's actually going to be an elite figure, so it's going to have that better articulation.
It's going to have the middle of the chest.
Exactly.
All these ones actually. I think the DIY set I don't think is.
No, they're not elite.
A battle pack.
Yep.
And then the other ones, everything else we're talking about will be elite. Ellsworth is an elite. Comes with a T-shirt. The Rider comes with a jacket. All they showed was like a drawing of the jacket. I think that it's the same jacket that's used on the Defining Moments Sting, where Sting wore the same jacket.
Right.
So I think they really just took one piece of tool.
Why wouldn't you?
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's the same jacket. So
Ryder wore that jacket for a reason.
Exactly. So
because he's a nerd.
Well, absolutely. and thinking back, and we talked about this before, my dad was always a wrestling fan, but WWF was a cartoon.
Yeah.
We watched AWA, a lot of the NWA South and Georgia South wrestling, because we had cable very early on, so we had TBS.
And WCW.
We were WCW fans. So it was like, I remember 88, 89,
well,
90.
Your father was wrestling for WCW, so why would you be fans? They're paying your paycheck, boy.
My father looks like Ron Simmons.
No. See, when you say he looks like Ron Simmons, you just say, that guy looks like Ron. No, your father is Ron Simmons.
Yeah, he pretty much is Ron Simmons.
He looks like Ron Simmons. He talks like Ron Simmons. Sometimes he even walks like Ron Simmons.
He says damn. Like he gives like a damn.
Yeah, he does. The first time I met your father, I was warned, because if I wasn't warned, I don't know what I would have done.
So now here's what's funny. We call him Farouk, because
why wouldn't you?
He's Farouk. We have never seen Farouk and my father together, and I'm just saying. I don't know. God, I don't even remember what we were talking about now.
You're talking about being WCW fans.
Yes.
So we were WCW fans, so I remember being young and like coming into school, and everyone's going, "Hey, did you see what happened with the Ultimate Warrior or whatever?" And I'm going, dude, Sting rules.
Yeah.
Or did you see the Scorpion or the Sharpshooter?
This guy's still holding on to Sting.
Hell yeah, dude. Sting's the shit. Surfer Sting is so awesome.
So terrible.
I love it. He'd have the face paint and the little ponytail.
John Cena before John Cena.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Except everyone loves Sting.
It's true.
Like, you can't find, like, in one thing in going through YouTube, and if you put in shoot about Hulk Hogan, you're going to find like a 1 hour, literally there's a 1 hour video of
course.
Hulk Hogan is a piece of garbage.
Well, no, he's a politic.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there's all these different videos of just absolute burials on people. You never hear it about Sting.
Well, yeah, he's a good guy. I'm not saying him as a person is not a good person.
There's a lot of screw
again, and look, we've established that Brett's the Genetti.
I was just going to... Excuse me. I mean the Genetti.
Yes. The Genetti of the Hart clan.
Going back to some of our older videos, we have a segment called Who's the Genetti? Where we talk about...
Try to dissect who the Genetti would be in a group of people, not just wrestlers.
It's not just wrestlers. Yeah. Which
I
kind of want to segue
like myself. I'm the Genetti.
No, you were not the Genetti.
You're Morty Genetti. So I'm going to do a quick little segue into something I wanted to talk about for a while, and it's getting a little more relevant with all the things that keep happening. Who's the Genetti of the Seattle grunge bands? Every group has one. There has to be one. So we've got Nirvana, Pearl Jam, And we can even go deeper and say stuff like, I believe Sonic Youth was a Seattle band.
Yeah.
And
They're from Minnesota.
Were they Minnesota? I thought they were a Seattle band.
They're grunt. Well, they're
They're
like,
kinda
yeah,
half-rock.
they're.
Yeah,
I don't think no. Sonic Youth is like
Yeah.
noise,
Yeah.
math core,
Yeah.
math rock.
Math rock.
Yeah, that's
Nerdcore.
Yeah. So wait, can you, for the listeners, can you give the criteria of a Genetti?
Okay, so a Genetti is basically someone who
For the one. No, there's 5 people watching right now. So for the 5 listeners,
For the 5s and
So-
5s of fans.
which is my mother, my wife. And
Oh no, we got 4. We I alienated.
I apologize. Sonic Youth is actually from New York City.
Uh,
They were so upset by that.
That was whoever they were like, nope, took away the light. They got out of here.
Yeah, they're like
So,
later.
So what defines a Genetti is somebody who has all of the talent,
Mm-hmm.
but when given certain shots, did not proceed the way they should have really proceeded. It's not that they're worse than or less than, they're just...
They were content with where they were at, and they didn't want to, or they
just kept screwing up.
They just
Okay,
kept screwing
okay.
it up. And when these opportunities and doors were open for them, they chose the exact opposite of what you were supposed to do.
Or in the
like
case
how
of,
so?
Or in the case of like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Pippen is the Genetti.
Yeah.
You know, Pippen could have been the best ball player on another team, but he went on the Bulls, and you're never going to be better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
so you're the
it's-
Genetti.
Yeah, he was.
So that's why Kyrie Irving is leaving the Cavs. He doesn't want to be the
Because
Genetti.
he does not want to be the Genetti.
Is that what
He's
it is?
getting
Okay,
Genetti'd,
yeah.
and he doesn't want to be
He
Genetti.
saw it. You know what? I think what happened was he watched our video and was like, "Motherfucker."
J.R. Smith is the X-Pac.
Dude, Kyrie Irving was sitting down. He's like, I gotta get on YouTube and watch some local scrubs and see what they're talking about.
So I'm going to give you a pretty good example.
Yes.
Of Marty Jannetty. So the split that we all know that had happened was. HBK, well, Shawn Michaels at this point. I don't think we've really branded him HBK.
No, he has
Yeah.
not been
Quite
branded.
yet.
Yeah.
And he's in the barbershop with Brutus Beefcake and Marty Jannetty. This is the official breakup.
Yes,
He
I know this.
jumps
I know this
back,
scene. Yep.
Gets kicked through the window.
Cowardly
and
jumps
that's
through the barbershop window.
That's the end of that. So
Yeah.
now they have a feud going.
Okay.
And it is actually for the originally it's the blow off, and then eventually they start wrestling for titles. And
Yeah.
it's the IC title.
Yep.
So here we go. He was kicked through the window. So he was supposed to work an injury.
Yeah.
And he was going to miss the opportunity to win the vacant WWE Championship, WWF Championship at the Rumble, before returning to start a feud which would culminate at WrestleMania 8. However, 6 months of house arrest after attacking a police officer would prevent this, and Jannetty was released from the company in '92.
I see.
He would return later, and then...
So he was gonna get the push.
He was about to get the push.
and then he beat up a cop for whatever reason, and yeah.
And instead,
Yeah.
we have Intercontinental... in the time now he's been gone from the company, Shawn Michaels took that opportunity to have some matches.
Yeah, that ladder match that he does with Razor Ramon is
but
one of my favorites
that's
from
a
back
few-
when I was a kid.
That's a few years later. I believe that year it was the WrestleMania 8 was Shawn Michaels' premiere year. I think he wrestled against Tito Santana. In Tito Santana's last WrestleMania,
Yep.
that was supposed to be Marty Jannetty, and it was supposed to be something that meant something. And so Jannetty comes
So
back.
he decides to beat up a cop.
So when he comes back,
Look,
it was planned for the two to
sometimes
continue.
you don't decide to beat up the cop. The cop decides to get beat up.
Yeah, but
That's what happens.
Is that what it is?
So here it says it was planned for the two to continue their feud when he got back, but Jannetty was released again after coming back after rumors circulated stating he had been under the influence of alcohol and other drugs during a match, leading to why his matches were so bad.
Yeah.
Jannetty says he denies all this stuff to this day, but he explains that it was a lack of sleep and that Shawn Michaels is the one who started the rumor in real life, and
Which,
that's a politicking thing, and that makes a lot of sense.
Well,
Shawn
I mean,
Michaels-
Shawn Michaels is a
It's super
He was he
Hogan
learned
like-
from the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, he saw Hogan do it all.
Yeah.
And then saw Brett do it right after. So that's a Jannetty.
Okay.
So now I think when I think about the Seattle bands, my thought is that it is the band Mother Love Bone,
Okay.
and it is because
And you are
Pearl
wrong.
Jam Because Pearl Jam is so amazing, and Eddie Vedder came from there. He left them, and they became whatever. And
No, I thought from Mother Love Bone, the lead singer died, and then Eddie Vedder joined them,
You are
and
exactly what
they
you're thinking,
they became Pearl Jam.
Yes.
So they turned a Jannetty into an HBK?
No. They turned, they turned into who knew what the heck they were going to be to an HBK.
To a nothing.
Yeah. On the other hand, my Jannetty for the Seattle grunge scene is a little band called Screaming Trees. They come out of the gate, they have that amazing single, and then they go nowhere. The road is made for them because Seattle is huge at that point, and then they blow it.
They mess it up. They beat up a cop.
Yep.
And, my Jannetty would be Mudhoney, because they started the Sub Pop label, which a lot of these bands got popular off of. So they were the first to, well, not one of the first, because I think like the Pixies are really the
first.
Yeah, exactly. But they can't be considered a Jannetty because they are consistently good.
And they're from Los Angeles, and
there you go. Yeah,
this discussion.
Exactly. so Mudhoney comes along, and they kind of get that sound from the Pixies and everything like that, and they create this label and get all these bands on them, and everybody recognizes these, like Nirvana as the best or whatever. After they found them, they got them, they put them out, and everybody profited off of that stardom off of that label.
So
this
is what is known as Mr. Fuji's.
Yeah.
You sir just got Mr. Fuji.
Is that what it is?
So Raw Nostalgia says, what defines a Jannetty? He says second
best, yeah.
And it really is second best and it's not even by default.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't think a Jannetty.
It's just second best by shooting yourself in the foot.
Exactly.
Over and over again. Yeah,
it's second best. It's not anyone else's fault but your own. You had a chance, and I think going into what we're dealing with now in wrestling, and in our last video we talked about who are the Jannettys from certain groups, and we said the New Day.
Yeah.
Well, no, there is no Jannetty in the New Day. That is 3 HBKs that got together to make.
I don't know. I mean,
amazing.
Kofi Kingston is a good wrestler, but can he really be considered an HBK? He hasn't really ascended into stardom like HBK has. I mean, he hasn't won a championship, right? He's only been IC and
he's won every championship, but he's been in the running. He's always been.
He had that one run against Orton.
Yeah, he had a short run.
Yeah, I just don't see him in terms of, I guess, star power. It's like I get he's a fan favorite, and everybody loves the New Day, and everybody loves those 3 wrestlers and stuff like that. I just don't see him as an HBK because he didn't. I don't see him carrying himself. It's usually, I think he's popular, because of the New Day, which is fine. I think he's a good wrestler. I definitely love his skill set and the high flying and stuff like that. It's just I don't see him as that. I guess that alpha male personality, like I'm the top dog. I need to be the champion. I need to do what I need to do to become the champion. So I can't see him as an HBK.
So that's a great argument. We are 5Alive, and Crza is no longer with us.
The look that Martin gave me after I said that Kofi Kingston was an HBK, dude, I thought lasers were going to come out of his.
Look down at the feed right now as I'm watching it. Martin, you can see the daggers stabbing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not bad mouthing him. He's a good wrestler. I just don't think he's an HBK. That's
so. Raw Nostalgia asked us, as far as the Shield members are concerned, who would be the Jannetty.
We did this,
and I have to agree. He with his assessment, which is Reigns is Hogan's, Rollins is HBK, and Ambrose Jannetty. I would agree with him, except Reigns
isn't Hogan.
No, Reigns doesn't have the natural
charisma
that Hogan has.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a different argument about why he's not Hogan.
Okay.
Because Hogan knew exactly what he was doing the entire time he was doing it. Hogan was playing for himself, and I think on the other side of things, Reigns is kind of just following orders. He's doing what he's told.
Right. If Hogan was given the line "Suffer and Succotash," he would have said, "I ain't saying that, brother."
I'm not saying. And
he would have done.
And then he would have knocked his. He would have knocked his microphone.
He would have done 4 lines of coke.
Really though, Hogan marched his own drummer, and for what it's worth, Reigns does what he's told.
Well, I think at that point when Hogan had joined the WWF, he was already an established star, correct?
Yeah, he had some decent territory.
He wasn't.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I mean, he, maybe he was already so established, he couldn't be touched. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, so Hogan was interesting. If I'm remembering my Hogan history right, he was with Vern Gagne in AWA. He then went to go wrestle for Vince Sr. for WWF, where he told Vince that he wanted to go off and be in Rocky.
Okay.
And he said, absolutely not. You're not going to do that. And
I think Hogan, it was Vince Sr. actually.
Yeah, it was Vince Sr. Yeah, I'm sorry, Vince
okay.
Sr. I'm saying Vince as Vince Sr. Vince told him, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing that. So Hogan said, okay.
It exposes kayfabe, and we don't want that.
Exactly.
Yes.
At this point in time,
dude, your favorite.
So, and it really actually did. It really did it exposed kayfabe 100% with. He even says, like, hey, Meatball, come here, grab me, hit me, this is good. And it's like, no, you're supposed to hate each other, right? So, Vince did not want this to happen. So Hogan says, okay, I quit.
Hogan walked away.
Yeah.
Went and did
because
Rocky.
This is before there was contracts.
Yeah,
this is before,
and he was actually heel at this point too.
Yes,
he was not face at all.
Yeah, he was a heel. He was with Freddie Blassie at the time. So he goes off to do Rocky. He goes to New Japan, has a bunch of matches with
comes back
Antonio Inoki and everything.
Comes back with is doing stuff for AWA for a little bit, and then Vince puts the feelers out again. Vince Jr. puts the feelers out because. So the way the New York territory always worked was it was all ethnicities. You had your Mexican champion, Tito Santana. You had your Italian champion, Bruno Sammartino.
Okay.
So they wanted an Irish guy, which is why he's Hulk Hogan.
He was originally, Vince Sr. wanted him to dye his hair red.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, dead serious.
To make him the Irish champion.
Interesting.
It was all going to be a play, and he gave the No Way Brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told Hogan to go beat up a cop. Hogan Genettiing himself.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, it's funny. I actually we have a series coming out tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Actually, we're going to start airing them. We're doing Why the 80s Rocked
and Why the 80s Sucked
and why the 80s were okay.
So me and Martin are debating each side of this argument.
I'm winning,
and I actually. Whoa.
Well, got a biker gang coming by.
So
the mean streets of Hamden.
So in this, I forgot to mention one thing about wrestling, and it's right from that time. Saito and Ken Patera in 1984 were arrested for fighting with cops in McDonald's, and that caused them to get fired and suspended from the WWF for a little while. They actually went to jail because they beat up some cops.
Well, that's usually what
I'm sensing a theme here in the WWF, beating up cops.
No, that's just a carny thing.
Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah.
They're all carnies.
Yeah, this is a business run by carnies.
I see.
You can't tell me what to do.
I'm going to go beat up a cop.
Exactly. That cop over there told me, have a nice day. Go beat him
I want
up.
a Big Mac.
Yeah.
So, Hogan. I think Hogan knew what he was doing. Hogan had a very clear plan. I think that when you look at how
Reigns has been treated and Reigns has been pushed, it is Hogan-esque in the sense that it's to the moon, but it's not been Hogan-esque in the sense that he is just following orders and very obviously bad decisions he's just going with.
And I think that comes from breeding. To be honest, no, seriously, that's his family. He comes from a wrestling family.
Yeah.
They follow the rules. They are 100%. They follow what Vince has to say. They know where their dinner's coming from and where it's come from for like the last 40, 45 years. It's got to be.
Let's just give it up to Vince for basically keeping the entire island of Samoa happy.
Pretty much, man. He took the Inoue family and just made Samoa amazing.
So.
But I think that Reigns, this comes from the culture that his family has bred into him. That we are a wrestling family. You do what the boss says, and boss will pay you.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. And
Boss
he's getting
man.
paid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's laughing. I was just listening to a podcast where Kevin Owens had come out and said something about I got a $45,000 check for my royalties or whatever, and Reigns is laughing because Reigns is going, "Oh wow, 45 grand? That's like I paid more taxes on what I got, and that's your whole paycheck."
Yeah.
You know, so he's doing it right. So now, other things going on in wrestling. We have the pay-per-view coming up. I'm kind of half excited. I don't really care about this pay-per-view.
Which one is this? Battlegrounds?
Battlegrounds.
Yeah, Battleground. I think I hope they don't force the Shinsuke AJ thing too early. We don't want to see it in SummerSlam.
I really don't. That is a WrestleMania match. I want that to be a WrestleMania match. It deserves to be a WrestleMania match.
Say WrestleMania a few more
WrestleMania.
I think I just came up with the fantasy.
WrestleMania. So, anyways, you keep your fantasy booking to yourself, right there, Charlie.
No, that's a good one. You're gonna like this one.
So anyways, so Battlegrounds starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We'll run down the matches we're aware of real quick, and you can just go ahead and say who's going to win. Brief explanation as to why you think that's going to happen.
Right.
So first up, the Perfect 10 Ty Dillinger versus the Artist Aiden English. Just a basic singles match. And you were saying?
I'm gonna say English goes down. They just had Dillinger take an ass whipping, so
yeah, Dillinger's
he's got to get a little bit of something going back again because that was rough.
Yep. So Dillinger will beat English, no problem. Next up, the tag team match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus the New Day. It's Usos taking this.
Usos.
The New Day don't need the belts, and this is all getting a push towards SummerSlam, where they have multiple tag teams all together going at the Usos.
And well, the other thing I want to throw into that is that why would you have a big title change like that at a nothing pay-per-view when you've got a huge pay-per-view, a big 4 pay-per-views coming up next month? That's where you do the change. You do the change in Brooklyn if you're going to, and truth is the Usos ran out of the last match, so technically, I guess.
They lost.
So this would be them winning somehow.
They healed their way to a win.
An Eddie win would be pretty great.
That would be nice.
It's been a while since I've seen an Eddie win. We haven't. Last time we saw it was Sasha.
Yeah,
did it recently about a year ago actually with the chair.
Exactly.
The chair play. So what's next?
Next match is a flag match. John Cena versus...
It's your favorite. Yeah, it's your favorite.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, I really don't care about this match. The fans
it's
lose.
Be John fucking Cena's going to win, and he's going to wave his American flag, and everyone's
going to go
happy.
insane.
Hip, hooray.
You're in Philly. Of course that's happening.
Yes, exactly.
Do you want riots?
Well, I actually kind of hope Rusev wins because Philly is a smart town, and you got to hope they take that one on the chin and be happy, but they're Philly, and they're not happy about it.
No, and batteries will rain from everywhere.
Philly snowballs.
So, next match is a fatal 5-way elimination match to determine the number one contender for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Your contestants are Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, and Diarrhea Reigns. Diarrhea Jax.
Diarrhea Jax.
Yeah. That's my pet name for Tamina because I hate her.
All right, let's see.
I don't hate her. I just hate their misuse of her. And now that they have Nia Jax, a better version of her, to still have her around just makes her seem less.
Whoa.
She is Jax Light.
Yeah. You're telling me that the WWE doesn't know how to handle wrestlers?
No, from time to time.
From time to time, they screw these things up. So man, I think Charlotte takes it.
I am shocked.
I think Charlotte takes it. We get Naomi Charlotte at SummerSlam. It's the money match.
Now, do you think this match is going to be like a strain on the Becky Charlotte?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they're going to break them up, or
I think they're going to push that a bit further, and then you might even get like a Charlotte Becky Naomi 3-way.
Okay, so you can.
That's not funny.
Come on,
and we're gonna.
We're adults, sir.
Dude, I am not an adult. Maybe in age, but not in mentality.
Anyways,
dude, we lost.
Yeah, we lost Bobby T.
No, you didn't.
So
he's appalled at my
what you've said.
Objectification of wrestling women.
Exactly. What are you, Ryback?
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know what that
he
means.
actually came out and said that he's like the women are more need to be more attractive for people to care about their matches.
Oh wow! I think he needs to be better at wrestling.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
exactly.
Can enjoy his matches, not drop people. But anyway,
He's just a big dumb animal.
he is. He's a big dumb animal, and I'm so happy he's gone.
Okay, so next match is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. And I think
this is going to be Shinsuke Nakamura wins. It's going to be a crack to the head with the briefcase possibly, and it'll get found, or we're going to see maybe the beginning of the split of AJ Shinsuke.
Yeah.
This can't happen at SummerSlam though. They
really
can't force it too fast.
I want to push keep this going for a long time.
Corbin has to heel out on this to keep heat going. So
he still has the briefcase, so he has to, maybe he'll lose this one just to make the chance of him coming out and cashing in on winner of Jinder Randy. Who knows?
All right. I know.
Oh yeah, that match is this pay-per-view, right? The Punjabi, the Punjabi prison, yeah.
So, but wouldn't he then be stuck in a Punjabi prison match? Or could he be like, lift the cage?
Well, no. You know how it happens. They lift the cage after after the match,
and then he runs down.
And then he runs down.
And then they drop the cage.
And he doesn't really run. He just kind of ambles.
This also, going back to...
This could play into your theory that they're trying to use the Punjabi prison as much as they possibly can. So they
just to mitigate the cost on it.
$3 million.
Yeah, another Indian guy. Get that prison match.
So yeah, they have
another one with veins.
SummerSlam.
They have the Punjabi prison match, and then Corbin comes down, and they bring the gate down again, and then there you go, you get another one right
Four
back to back.
For Punjabi.
Every prison, every match. We'll call the pay-per-view Punjabi prison.
Oh my god. Shh. Don't let him hear that, please.
That's a flawless imitation of me. Anyways,
all Punjabi matches, I can't stop.
all Punjab all the time.
So, okay, so Punjabi jabby. It'd be a Punjabi jabby.
Punjabi jabby.
It's like Uncle Ben's local calzone zone.
Exactly.
So, all right. So, what I think we're looking at here is that Corbin, like we said, has to keep heat.
Right.
We have Shinsuke, who he needs to lose by heel tactics.
Right.
So then when he does win, it's a big deal. But I think if you want to write it right, as I see it, you got to have what we just said happen.
Yeah.
Go on to SummerSlam.
Yep.
Rematch. Baron loses.
Yep.
And then have him cash in at SummerSlam. If you're going to do a big change, you got
in the Punjabi prison match. Rematch.
Oh my god. He's gonna. So now here's the crazy fantasy bookie. He comes down with Vince as the referee instead. Hands in the thing and goes. He points up at the ceiling and Vince just goes Punjabi. And it just drops from the ceiling. Oh boy, I almost just made a really bad joke.
Right, but here's the problem. Jinder Mahal, then your match at SummerSlam is Jinder Mahal versus Baron Corbin.
Hashtag Punjabi prison.
Hashtag how to lose network subscribers.
I love Punjabi prison mania. That's all it would be.
So next match is the singles match.
No. I'm sorry. It'd be Great Punjabi Balls of Fire. Great Punjabi's of fire. Punjabi sounds like balls. There's too many.
I'm just going to start calling my balls Punjabis. My Punjabis bother me today.
Oh, I hate you, Vince McMahon.
AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the WWE United States Championship, otherwise known as the only championship you should care about anymore.
Yeah, I'd like it to be AJ.
So it's going to be a good match. I think AJ keeps it. Then you start pushing towards Shinsuke wanting that match for the United States Championship. Singles match, Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis with Maria Kanellis. He kept her name!
Okay, so sadly, I'm sorry, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy's losing this one because Sammy loses.
Sammy loses. That's what happens.
And then your final match, Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. Oh, and I apologize. Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers versus Randy Orton in a Punjabi prison match. In a match subtitled, "Gotta pay off this damn contraption."
Pretty much. So, I really think it's gonna be Jinder. Again, just because.
Oh no, Jinder.
Well, yeah, they got
belt on him.
They got to legitimize him as a champion. So,
and it also gives Orton a chance to go make a movie or do whatever.
Yeah, I think that's
another Sniper 5. Is that where?
Yeah. Marine Deserter 3.
The desertion.
Exactly.
Inception desertion.
Inception desertion.
He's deserting the deserting of the deserter.
In the desert.
The deserter.
He just keeps leaving ice cream everywhere.
That man just leaving a trail of cake everywhere he goes. So, I think we're done. That's the end of that.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There was.
Man.
Yeah, no. I'll watch the AJ Shinsuke match. I'll watch the AJ Owens match. I'll watch the Dude, Ty Dillinger, Aiden English is going to be better than the
It really is.
match.
It's going to be on the pre-show.
That title match is just...
We're going to get an episode of Talking Smack.
Going back to the matches,
that, at least.
Because Baron Corbin's got the Money in the Bank, right? So do you think they're going to do anything with the female Money in the Bank, Carmella right now? Yeah,
Carmella still holds it, so she might... Well, that's the thing. Naomi doesn't have a match at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I forgot. Yeah.
Okay, so they're
just establishing number one contender, and
exactly.
then they'll probably do something with her after they do whatever match they're doing between
Ellsworth
her and
is suspended.
Yes,
for the 30 days in kayfabe world. So the idea that he could come back.
No, it's real. It's real.
The fact
real
that
to me, damn it.
He could come back at any moment.
Does this feel real?
Have her, John Stossel all of a sudden. Well, I'm just thinking to speak to his character, to Ellsworth's character. You could see him coming back and coming in as like a security guard.
Yeah.
He's wearing a luchador mask or something. And
dude, turn him into what was the blue Falcon? Give him the blue Falcon and have him.
No, Blue Blazer.
The Blue Blazer. There you go. Yes.
Not do that.
No,
all right, Martha Hart.
Come on.
Martha Hart already hates the WWE.
It's true.
No. So
let's not throw gasoline on that fire.
We could have him. Oh my God, he could come down as La Luchadora.
God damn.
They've put that costume on so many people, or one of the conquistadors.
Oh yes.
But I think they could really play with this and with the goofiness that is the storyline. Have maybe his tattoo exposed a little bit, or they could go like, "Oh, you were wearing that mask, but you had no chin filling that Mexican wrestling mask."
We have that fashion. We have the fashion police reveal as well. We find out who their rivals are, and it's got to be the Ascension.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, because that Eddie Money bit is still one of the funniest when they slide those tickets off at the table, man.
So, no, we listen to death metal.
Yeah. What is it, like death grind and splattercore or something insane like that?
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'd listen to it. So, I think with that, we have been 5Alive Live.
We have been.
5Alive Live.
Live.
Damn you, live.
Rise from your grave.
Okay, this just got creepy. So,
thanks for Raw Nostalgia for watching and commenting, taking part.
Really kept us going here.
I appreciate
Good times.
He's like, I just want to put up my video, you idiot. Shut up.
Exactly, that's essentially it.
He's already gone and he's not listening he's not watching anymore.
Well, we have one person.
We've got 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 of us here.
It's true.
That's probably true.
What are you talking about? I'm not watching us.
So, like, share, subscribe. We're going to be doing live episodes every Sunday or Saturday nights, and we are going to be giving away some stuff once we hit 100 subscribers. Help us get there, and you will get some free toys, and there's some crazy stuff we have coming up.
We still have more stuff to open, I think, too, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah. You get this Mega Man box.
Just a box.
Yeah,
Just a
no
box.
one's getting those Mega Mans. Holy hell. Yeah, we have a couple. Yeah, we have some other figures, but during the week we usually find them. We like to go to different GameStops, Best Buy, anywhere that's retail, and find some cool stuff for real cheap.
I like to break into people's homes and steal them.
That's Martin plans on breaking in here later.
Are you going to dress up like the Repo Man?
Yes.
Well, what's funny about the Repo Man is they treat it like he wears the bandit mask
Yes.
and everything. But this is his job. He's
Yeah.
a repossession officer.
It's a real Ace the Bat Hound problem.
Yeah, like who's
He
you're not the
hiding
bad
from?
guy. Who are you hiding from?
Who's Ace? Why is the Bat Hound got a mask on?
I don't know. I think if you found out who the Repo Man is, he might have to tell you about some things he did in the past.
Barry Dorsey.
According to law, he has to explain some things.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So, subscribing at 5Alivevp and hashtag 5Alive Live.
Yes. Be sure to click like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong. 5Alivevp, as Bobby T said, on Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook.
And, stay tuned. We got New York Comic Con coming up, and we're going to be giving away with that. We were just talking about today some exclusives from that con.
Exactly.
No, they're all mine. They're all mine.
Chris is taking them all.
You have to beat me in Titanfall 2, which is not gonna happen.
He's the Hulk Hogan of Titanfall 2. He's not letting it happen.
Oh, no, yes, like the Hulk Hogan of Titanfall 2, his matches are boring and terrible.
He's very one-sided.
Dude, and Martin rides my coattails to a victory every time.
I am the brother Brutai of Titanfall 2.
You're the Ed Leslie
The
of the
Ed
Titanfall
Leslie
world.
of Titanfall 2.
Oh, boy.
Very quick, Titanfall 2 co-op comes out this week, so I cannot wait to play that. 4-player co-op tower defense. It's going to be great.
So what you're telling me is that Genettis get excited for being Genettis?
Yes,
Because you're really a Genetti.
Dude, I love Titanfall 2. I will Genetti it up if it means I get to play Titanfall 2.
Well, if that's the case, I think let's go over to the diner and you got to go beat up a cop.
Yeah!
Do it.
We are. You're gonna.
Up a cop. What? Beat up a cop.
No, see, it's because now we're not going to beat up cops because you told me to beat up a cop.
Exactly.
So you can't tell me how to live.
Yeah, you can't tell me how to
right.
screw up my life. I'll
Wait a
screw up my
minute.
life on my own.
Does that make me a cop and then you have to beat me up?
No,
No.
that makes you a suppressive person.
Oh, you're such a Genetti. It hurts.
Because now Marty Genetti's a Scientologist.
Stop explaining it to me.